Hello and welcome to Yoga with Maria. Hope you're all well. Just make sure you've got a nice clear space, or as clear a space as possible, wherever you're doing your practice this evening. Also, if you've got any injuries, to be really mindful of those injuries. You can always contact me at the end of the session and we can discuss those in a little bit more detail. Always, go easy, don't push it too much. If you're finding that you're anything's sort of niggling or pinching too much, then always just pull back. You can sit back in child's pose or just lay down for a moment, give yourself a bit of a rest. In the meantime, let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. We're just going to spend a few moments just focusing on ourselves. So lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck, allowing the shoulders to drop. And we'll bring that focus into our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We'll do a body scan this evening just to check in. So if you find as we're going through that anything is particularly achy or stiff, just give it an extra bit of attention as we go through. So just allowing that breath to drop and imagine that it's flowing all the way down to your toes. Allow those toes to relax. And the soles of the feet, the heels, the ankles. And take that breath and awareness into your legs, the calves, shins. Into your knees, your thighs, your hips, your glutes. And allow that breath to spread into the bottom of your belly, round into the lower part of your back. And feel that breath spreading into the center of your belly, round into the middle of your back, the top of your back, your chest, into your shoulders, feeling them relaxing and dropping. Allow that breath to flow down into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, fingers, thumbs. And trace that breath and awareness back up your arms, into your throat. Round into your neck. The back of your head, your forehead, eyes, nose, mouth. Feel your jaw relaxing. And take that breath and awareness into your temples, into the top of your head and out. And keeping your eyes closed, let's inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together and exhale gently through the nose and allow the hands to rest at your heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up. Arms together. Exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time. Inhaling, arms up. Arms together. Exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And we'll begin our class on an Om. Inhaling through the nose. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this evening. We're going to come straight into our tabletop. So if you've got sore knees, or you think that you might get sore knees from being in this position for a little while, just perhaps put a cushion underneath your knees, or a rolled up towel, or anything nice and soft, just to put cushion underneath your knees. And we're just going to take those knees hip width distance apart, and your hands underneath your shoulders, spreading the fingers, lengthening the spine and lengthening the neck. So you're not looking up, but you're just allowing that neck to follow in line with your spine. And from here, I just want you to completely relax your belly. Just allow it to be relaxed and to hang. And then I want you to imagine that your belly button is drawing in toward your spine. So you're bringing that belly in, engaging those core muscles, your tummy muscles, but you're keeping your breath flowing in and out through your nose. And then we're just going to continue that movement. So on the inhale, as you breathe in through your nose, allow your belly to drop. And as you breathe in through your nose, allow that belly to come back in towards the spine, so you're engaging those muscles. And you can have your eyes closed for a moment if you want. And just take this in your own time. So as you inhale, allow the belly to drop, fill with air. And as you exhale, allow that belly to go inward, back toward the spine, squeezing those belly muscles. And then exhale, allowing it to drop. You're not forcing the breath. The breath is nice and gentle, nice and easy, flowing in and out through the nose. And just a few more, nice and soft, nice and gentle, allowing that belly to drop, fill with air. Well, that's what we're imagining. And as we exhale, we're engaging those tummy muscles and pressing the belly towards the spine. Great. And then just sit back on your heels just for a moment. Just give your wrists a little circle. Give them a little rub if you need to. And then bring yourself back into your tabletop. Again, really spreading those fingers. And from here, we're just going to allow the head to drop. And then from here, I've got my ponytail in, so you might be able to see it. As if you're going to imagine you're drawing tiny little circles on the mat or on your carpet with the crown of your head. You're keeping those tummy muscles engaged. You're allowing the breath to flow in and out gently through the nose. Just while you allow that small intricate movements in the neck. You can try some figures of 8s if that feels nice. Or perhaps just a few nods and a few shakes. And then allow that neck to lengthen again along with your spine. And then just start to roll the shoulders. And see if you can isolate that movement. So it might kind of feel a little bit weird. You might want to try and bend your elbows, and that's okay. But just see if you can isolate, just rolling those shoulders. Try a few forwards and then see if you can change the direction. And then from there, let's expand that movement. So you're inhaling, taking the gaze slightly towards the ceiling, and then exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest. And again, as you inhale, you're taking the gaze up. And then as you exhale, you're bringing the chin towards the chest. So some little cat-cows. And again, just seeing if you can keep that breath nice and light and nice and subtle as it continues to flow in and out through your nose. And then you can free that movement up a little bit into your little crazy disco cat. So you can sit back on your heels, you can swim forward, allow your weight to come over the wrists, have a little look at your tailbone, just kind of whatever feels nice this evening. Listening to your body. And then let's just bring that movement to a stillness. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the center, and then you're going to just lift the right hip open, and then bringing it back down. Opening the hip, and then bringing it back. So we're just starting to work in towards those hips. And again, see if you can keep that movement in with your breath. So your inhale, taking the leg out, and then your exhale, bringing the knee back in towards the other one. And then just swapping over and going on the other side. To say if your knees are starting to not feel so comfortable, sit back in child's pose for a moment, or as I say, just get a little cushion just to kind of give yourself a bit of padding underneath your knees if you need. So again, you're just opening this left leg out and bringing it in. And then just sitting yourself back on your heels a sec, just giving the arms a little rest. And actually, why don't we bring one of the arms up and just press that elbow so the hand goes behind your back. Just demonstrate from behind so you can see. And if you want to take your other hand to try and reach your fingertips, you can. Or just enjoy just pressing that elbow. And then taking it on the other side. So taking that left arm round and just pressing gently on that elbow to encourage that stretch. And then again, if you want to bring the right hand to try and meet the other one and clasp your fingers. And then releasing that again. Just give the wrists a little warm twist. And then bringing ourselves back into our tabletop. And this time we're going to extend the right arm and the left leg in an opposition. So again, see if you can bring that belly, engaging those tummy muscles. You bring that belly in towards the spine. And then we're going to take the elbow to the knee. And they're going to meet in the middle. And you're going to tuck your chin in as well. And then extend and lengthen. So we're doing like little mini crunches in towards ourselves. And again, taking the elbow towards the knee. I'm going to lengthen, extend. And one more time. crunching everything, and then extending and lengthening. Releasing, and let's try the other side. So lengthening the left arm and the right leg. Get that balance to start with. Spreading the hands and the fingers of the right hand. Give you a nice base. And then bringing the elbow in towards the knee and the chin in towards all of them. And then extend. And then crunching in. And extend. And one more time. Crunching in. And then extend. Bringing your knees back down. Tucking the toes. Walking your hands back. And allowing yourself to hang nice and heavy in your ragdoll. So you keep your knees nice and bent. Allow that contact with your belly and your chest on your legs. Give your head a nice little nod. A little shake if it feels nice. Reach your hands around to your shoulder blades. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe you want to just twist a little bit from side to side, but keeping that movement nice and gentle. And again, just give yourself a little nod, a little shake of the head. Make sure you're not holding any tension there. And then allow yourself to roll up your spine. So imagine you're stacking each vertebra one on top of the other. Your head is going to be the last thing that comes on top. Great. And just enjoy a few moments of that nice alignment. And then just start to paddle and work, massaging your feet. So kind of going up on your tiptoes and back on your heels. And make your way to the front of your mat, or allow yourself enough space behind so you can do your sun salutations. So we get our body nice and warm on this cooler day. And once you're in the position, just get yourself into your mountain pose, so your toes are touching, your heels slightly apart, or if you prefer to have your feet hip width distance, either way, we're spreading the toes, we're positioning ourselves in nice grounded, rooted with our feet, engaging those ankles, little micro bend in the knee, engaging the glutes, pulling that tummy in towards the spine. Allowing the chest to be nice and open, shoulders back, neck nice and long. And just take a few breaths in and out through the nose, nice and gentle. And let's together inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor, spread those fingers, step back into your plank position. Bring your weight forward, drop the hips, take the belly towards the spine, really spread those fingers. You're going to squeeze your bum muscles, your glutes. And then we're going to take the knees down on the mat. We're going to keep these elbows tucked in towards the body, take the chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale for your up dog. Now maybe you want to keep your hips on the floor for your up dog. Either way, you're keeping the elbows in. Don't let them flay out. See if you can feel them on the side of your body. Or you can lift up onto the tops of your feet for an extra stretch. And then let's exhale, take ourselves into our downward dog. And have a little walk. Bend the knees. Twist the hips if that feels nice. And just set yourself up into your nice grounded, again, solid downward dog. So just checking that your hands are shoulder width apart, spreading your fingers, looking at your feet, making sure they're hip width distance, spreading the toes, pressing the heels towards the floor, engage those glutes, gaze towards the belly button. Inhaling and exhaling nice and gently through the nose. And then inhale, take your gaze towards your hands, step your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, bringing the arms all the way up. Exhale, release. Again, let's just re-establish your mountain pose. Spreading the toes, engage the glutes. It's an active pose. Coming in towards the spine, chest open, shoulders back. Engaging the arms. Inhale, take your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, take the nose to the knee. Inhale for your halfway lift. Plant the hands exactly where you like them. Step or jump back into your plank. Weight forward, take the hips down. Nice. And if you need to, take the knees down. Otherwise, let's just swim through. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale into your down dog. Again, reposition your feet if you need to. Move them closer or further away. Spreading those toes, pressing the heels towards the floor. Engage those glutes, take the pressure off the back of the legs. Gaze towards your belly button. Seeing if you can keep those breaths nice and gentle, nice and easy. Inhale, taking your gaze towards your hands, step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, release. Let's go straight in for another one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands where you'd like them. Step or jump back into your plank. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down, keep your elbows tucked in. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, don't feel that you need to keep your feet glued to where they are. If they don't feel right, or if they don't look right, move them to hip width distance. Squeeze those glutes. See if you can pull that belly in towards the spine. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Lovely. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, release. Again, let the shoulders drop. Toes spread. Engaging the glutes. Engaging those core muscles. We're going to go for a sun salutation B with some warrior poses. Inhaling. This time we're going to exhale, bend into a chair. And then we're going to reach out, extending those arms, let the shoulders drop. Squeeze the glutes, nice. And then we're just going to fold over, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank. Knees down if you need. Chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step through with that right foot into warrior one. You're bringing this knee at a nice 90-degree bend, pivoting these hips towards that bent knee, pressing this foot back into the floor, into your mat. Extending the arms, allowing the shoulders to drop. Nice. Open out into your warrior two. So this time we're bringing the hips open along the lengthways of your mat. Extending the arms, taking the gaze towards the right fingertips. And then let's reverse the warrior. So you just get a nice stretch back, sticking the gaze towards the right forearm. And then cartwheeling the arms round, back onto the mat or on the floor. Step back into your plank, your chaturanga. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do it on the other side. Step through with the left foot. Again, reposition yourself. Make sure that you feel nice solid base. Nice 90-degree bend again in that left knee. These hips pivoting round towards that knee. Check that that back foot is pressing into your floor. Arms up, shoulders down. See if you can keep that breath nice and light, nice and easy, and out through the nose. Open into your warrior two. Again, make sure you've got that nice bend in that left leg. Gaze towards the left fingertips. Squeeze those glutes. Allow the shoulders to drop, lengthening in the arms. Nice. And then reverse your warrior. Again, breathing into that nice left side. Gaze towards the left forearm. And then cartwheeling the arms around and down. Stepping back into your plank. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, moving those feet if you need to. Pressing the heels towards the floor. Spread those fingers. Take a look at them. Make sure that those knuckles aren't creeping up. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale for your chair pose. Squeeze the glutes, lengthen the arms. Beautiful. Coming all the way up. And release. Nice. Hopefully got a nice bit of blood flowing through your body now. Let's go into a nice chair, not chair pose. Let's do tree pose. So I'll mirror you, so I'll do it with you. Let's bring our right leg up. Now we're going to take a little balance on this one, so you can bring it above or below your knee, just not on it. If balance isn't your friend, you can just keep your toe on the floor. So finding wherever you want that leg. Just checking these hips are nice and square, so just make sure they're not rotating out. Bringing the hands in towards the heart center, allowing the shoulders to drop. Squeeze the glute of that right leg. Yeah. And then let's bring the arms up and open. Keeping those shoulders down, lengthen the arms. See if you can continue that breath in and out through your nose. Nice and quiet. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit this evening, maybe you want to close your eyes or take your gaze towards the ceiling. Allow yourself to go off balance. Don't worry if you do. Be aware if those shoulders are trying to creep up. Really nice. Well done. Inhaling. Bring the palms together. Exhale, just release. Let's go on the other side. So don't worry if, you might not be able to balance it well on this side. Maybe you can balance better. Again, just finding that position, so above or below the knee, just not on it. Again, let's just check those hips. Squeeze the glute of this bum muscle. Use the power that it has. Bring the palms in towards the heart center. Allow the shoulders to drop. Great. And then bring the arms up and open. Again, you're stretching those arms. You're keeping those shoulders down. Taking the gaze towards the ceiling, or close your eyes if you want to take that extra bit of challenge. Enjoy those moments of going off balance if they happen. Inhaling and bringing the palms together. Exhale. Release. Let's do a nice little stretch. So bring those toes together and the heels slightly apart for your mountain pose. And let's bring the arms up. I'm going to interlace the fingers and then allow that first finger to stretch up. You're crossing the thumbs behind. Again, we're trying to bring these the forearms towards the head, or keeping the shoulders down. And I'm just going to inhale and then exhale, lift and stretch over to one side. And it's almost as if you're opening the chest slightly towards the ceiling as opposed to towards the floor. You're opening it almost as if you're trying to open it towards the ceiling. Get that really nice stretch in that side. Inhaling, coming up, and then exhale. Let's take it over to the side. Again, allow the shoulders to come away from the ears. Open the chest up. Again, as if it's going towards the ceiling, so not towards the floor. Inhaling, coming up. And then just release. Let's take that stance nice and wide. So we're just bringing the toes in, almost as if they're going to kind of come in towards each other slightly. Just check that your bum, your glutes are not sticking out behind you, but they're tucking underneath your torso. We're going to lengthen the arms up and then reach forward. So again, allow that neck to be in line with your spine. Really squeeze those glutes now to take the pressure off the back of the legs. And then just releasing. So a nice deep bend in the knees if you need to. Just allow that head to give yourself a little nod. Give it a little shake so you know you're not holding any tension there. And let's take the first finger and the middle finger and we're going to hook our fingers around our big toes. So we've kind of got a nice little anchor. Just looking at your wrists for a second. Make sure those wrists are not coming in towards each other, but they're rounding out. Again, just give that head a little nod now. Again, make sure there's no tension in the neck. A little deep bend in the knees. And then just with each out breath, just see if you can lengthen those legs. Take the bend out. And don't worry about trying to get those legs super straight. Try not to bounce them or push them beyond their limit. You're just allowing each out breath, just a miniature stretch. And then let's release the big toes. And then let's take the left hand over to the right foot. I'll mirror you. And then we're going to take the right arm up towards the ceiling and take the gaze towards that for a little opposition. A little twist. And then let's change to the other side. So let's take the right hand over to the left foot and then lengthen that left arm up towards the ceiling and take the gaze towards that arm. Lovely, releasing that. Bringing the hands on the hips and then just bending the knees nice and deep and just bringing yourself up again sort of through your spine. And allowing your head to be the last thing that pops on top. Fabulous. Let's do I think we should do a little eagle pose. Yeah, so we've opened it, we'll close it, and then we'll open it again in a minute. So toes touching, your heels slightly apart. So I'll mirror you. Let's take the arms out And bring the right arm underneath the left and take the right leg up and over. And we're going to squeeze everything. So I'll just turn to the side. So if you feel yourself bending forward, just see if you can sit back in that pose, almost as if you're sitting on a chair. And you're squeezing those legs, those thighs together, dropping the shoulders and breathing. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, just release. We'll go on the other side. So lengthening the arms, taking the left arm underneath the right, and then the left leg up and over. And don't worry if you can't get this foot around that leg again. Just squeeze those thighs together. If you feel yourself pulling forward, just sit back. Squeeze the legs, drop the shoulders. Nice. And then inhale, coming up. And release. And we'll just do another nice side stretch. Really get into that, these side stretches today. So bring yourself into like warrior two pose. So I'll mirror you. Let's take the right toes pointing at 12 o'clock. And the left toes pigeoning in. Take these hips nice and open towards that length of your mat. Your arms nice and long. Take the gaze towards the right fingertips. Just check that the hips are not sticking out behind you. Tuck the bum underneath. And then reach towards that left side. Reach, reach, reach. And then extend. And we're opening. We're taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. If you feel yourself sort of dropping, see if you can lift up and out your rib cage. And again, just make sure that that arm isn't falling behind you, but it's stacked on top. So you've got a nice long line. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Great. Inhaling, coming up. And let's just take it on the other side. So your left toes pointing at 12. The right toes coming in, squaring these hips off on the length of the mat. Tucking that bum underneath, those hips underneath your torso, arms nice and long, gaze towards the left fingertips this time. And then reach, 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 reach towards the left side, and then extend and open. So we're taking the gaze towards the right fingertips. Just checking the arm isn't falling behind you, stacked on top. Again, lift out that rib cage, especially if you feel you're putting any weight on that left hand. Great. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then coming up. Great. Let's do a nice little chair twist. So we're bringing our toes together and the heels slightly apart. I think it's better to do it this way just because you kind of get that support of your knees and also you can gauge where they are. So we're just going to sit into our chair. Lengthen the arms, we're going to squeeze those glutes. We're going to bring the palms together and then we're going to bring our left elbow over our right leg. Now you might want to release the hands and kind of help maneuver that arm across. Bring the palms together and then take the gaze towards the ceiling. And you might feel that left knee trying to pop out. See if you can bring it back in line with the right knee. And don't forget to breathe. And then reaching out, extending back into your chair. Let's do it on the other side. Bring your palms together if you want. You're bringing that right elbow now over the left side. Bringing those palms back together towards the heart center. Taking the gaze towards the ceiling. Again, you might feel that right knee's trying to cheekily pop out. So just see if you can draw it back in line with that left knee. Squeeze the glutes. Nice. And then extend and lengthen. And then bring yourself all the way up. Beautiful. We'll take a little vinyasa to get ourselves to the floor. So let's inhale, take our arms up and back. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank. Knees down if you need. Chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Lovely. Exhale, down dog. And let's just bring our right leg up. We'll do a little three-legged dog. So with this, we're not necessarily trying to get that leg really high. We're trying to keep those hips nice and level, nice and square. But you're lengthening that leg, so it means you might have to bring that leg down a little bit. Now if you want to open that hip, so it's almost as if you're stacking your hips one on top of the other. You're bending that leg and allowing that hip to open. Great. Let's bring it down and take it on the other side. Let's bring in the right foot in towards the center and then extending that left leg up into three-legged dog. Again, don't worry about the height. Just see if you can keep those hips nice and level. If you feel yourself trying to get really high, but then the hips are opening, let's just see if you can bring it down. You're lengthening that leg. And then from here, if you want to open now, so then you can stack the hips one on top of another, allow that leg to bend kind of over and behind you. Great, and then bringing that foot down, and then taking your gaze towards your hands. Just do a little jump towards those feet. Allow your feet to come out in front of you. And we'll just do our seated mountain pose or staff pose. So you're lengthening the legs, taking the back of the knees towards the mat, toes towards the ceiling. Lengthening that spine, lengthening that neck. And just spend a few moments just engaging your glutes. You kind of turn them on. You should kind of raise a little bit off the floor and then just release them. Again, see if you can really press the backs of those knees to lift the heels up. Keep the shoulders down. Keep engaging and releasing the glutes. And then you can just release that for a moment. Allow the heels to settle back onto the floor. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, lengthening and reaching forward. So we're going to try and keep a nice straight spine to start with. So it's not necessarily about how far you can get towards your toes. You're now engaging these legs. So you engage in the glutes, pressing the knees in towards the floor. Lengthening that spine as if you've got like a metal rod running all the way through your back. So it doesn't allow you to curve. It's just nice and straight, which means you might have to bring yourself up a little bit. And then just walk those fingertips forward. Again, squeeze those glutes, see what difference that makes in the pose. And then you can relax over. The metal spine has been removed. So just allow gravity to assist and work with you. Now you might not be able to get very far. You might still be sat up here and that's fine. But just let that head relax. Use these arms and your legs if you need to, or if you can get your hands on the floor. Just to kind of help and guide yourself so you can walk those hands forward with each out breath. We're just allowing gravity to do the work. So try to resist bouncing or pulling yourself. But you're just relaxing as much as you can. Again, have a little play around with squeezing the glutes, pressing the backs of the knees into the floor to see what difference that makes. And then bringing yourself up. Nice. And let's take our soles of our feet together. We'll do the same thing. So you can kind of find wherever you like, wherever's best for your feet to go. Maybe you want them quite far out or close in towards your body. And we're just going to inhale, bring those knees in towards each other. And then exhale, just allow them to drop wherever they naturally land. So again, you're not forcing them, you're not trying to bounce them. Inhale, squeezing them in. And I've just got my first finger and my second finger on my toes as a kind of anchor. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just hold the feet. And let's just do a few more of these where you're really bringing those knees in and then allowing them to just naturally fall wherever they fall, which might not be much further than the top, but that's okay. With each out breath, imagining them melting towards the floor. You're squeezing them, and then releasing them. Nice. And then from here, just allow your body to, again, kind of do the work really. Just curving your spine, letting your head hang heavy, letting the hips just naturally fall wherever they fall. You might need your hands on the floor to assist, or you might just enjoy just allowing those hips to open. Again, try to avoid bouncing or pushing yourself in any way. Just keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose and allowing the hips to open gradually on their own. And then just slowly bring yourself up. Bring those knees in. Give yourself a little hug. Nice. Lengthen that spine. Great. And then let's just bring ourselves onto our bellies for a moment. Lovely. And just bring your forehead onto your hands. So just stack your hands one on top of the other and allow the forehead to rest on top. And let's just raise the right leg behind you. Keep that hip on the floor. And you're just lengthening that leg, lifting. And then release. And let's go with the left leg. Again, you're keeping the hip on the floor. So your hips are kind of grounded. And you're just lifting and lengthening that left leg. Nice. And then release. Let's go again with the right. Lifting the right leg. And then release. And then with the left. Keeping the hip on the floor. And release. And then from here, to see if you can bring both legs off. You're really squeezing those glutes. You're keeping the head down. Lengthening both legs. And release. Just give the hips a little shake from side to side. And let's go again. Keeping the forehead on the floor. We're just going to lift those legs. Great. Stretching and lengthening. And then release. And then bring yourself back into a nice prayer pose. So sitting back on your heels, hips nice and wide. Lengthening those arms in front of you. Forehead towards the mat. And you can just stretch your hands out, or if you want to lift your palms up, so just the fingertips are touching, so you get that extra little stretch, you can. Great. And then bringing the hands, just take yourself over onto your back into semi-supine, as it's called. And just bringing those soles of your feet on the floor, your hips pointing towards your knees rather, pointing towards the ceiling. Your palms flat against the mat or your floor. Your neck nice and long. And then let's just raise the hips up off the floor towards the ceiling. You're squeezing those glutes, you're pressing the feet into the floor, using that floor as a support. Take the belly in towards the spine, squeeze those glutes. And then let's just vertebra by vertebra, allow that spine to gently go all the way back down, really control that. Beautiful. And then let's go again. Lifting the hips off, squeezing those glutes. This time let's raise one leg up. Using those palms on the floor to help. And then releasing the leg and then taking the other one up. Lift those hips up, don't let them sink. Lift, lift, lift. And release, keeping the hips up. Nice. Squeeze the glutes. And then gently release, bringing that spine all the way down. Really good. If wheel is in your practice and you want to do full wheel, by all means, bring your hands on the side of your head, near your ears, and lift yourself up. Otherwise, go back into bridge. Maybe you want to clasp your hands underneath, or bring your hands underneath your lower back or onto your hips so you can open that up a bit further, give yourself some support. In either position, you're raising those hips, you're squeezing those glutes. If you're in full wheel, see if you can lengthen those arms and breathe. And then release. Slowly, slowly. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. A few little circles with the hips. And let's just take a little twist. So taking those arms nice and long. And in fact, let's take the legs back straight. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. And then allow that leg to go over towards the left side. And if you want, you can take the left hand on that right leg to help kind of encourage it over a little bit. Give it a bit of extra weight. And you're going to take the gaze towards the right fingertips. And imagine this right shoulder sinking into the floor. Even if it feels like it's really far away, imagine with each out breath, it's just sinking closer. Great. And then let's just change over. So bringing the left knee in towards the chest and then taking it over to the right side. Again, if you want to take your right hand on that leg to give it a bit of weight. Take the gaze towards the left. And again, imagine that left shoulder is sinking towards the floor. Breathing into that lower back. Nice, and then bringing both knees into the chest. Take the elbows. We're going to squeeze everything, so take your knees towards your chin. Bring the heels together and just give everything a squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. And just now get nice and relaxed and comfy in your Shavasana, your corpse pose. So just allowing your legs to be nice and wide, palms facing towards the ceiling, lengthening the neck, allowing the head to be heavy, allowing those tummy muscles to release, and using the earth as your support. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And just relaxing and melting into the floor. And there's just one line of thought for you this evening from Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. And when you're ready, start to bring some awareness back into your body. Give your fingers and your toes a little wriggle. And circle the wrists and the ankles. And take the arms above your head. Give yourself a really big stretch. And releasing, you're allowing yourself to go over to one side. And then just slowly bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. And let's together inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling, palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up, palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And one more time, inhaling, palms together, exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms, followed by Shanti. Inhaling through the nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. We do have a meditation class straight after, so if you want to stay, you can. We'll kind of leave and then come back just a couple of moments, about 2 minutes. We do have yoga tomorrow at 10, followed by meditation at 11, and then on Saturday also at 11. If you are able to donate for the class, that would be great. We really appreciate all the donations, kind of keeping the classes going. You can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. And all you have to do is click on the little donate, which takes you to a very secure PayPal. So thank you so much. And I wish you a lovely evening. Thank you. Namaste. Hello and welcome to Meditation with Maria. So this evening our meditation is based around sort of giving and receiving. So we are going to give a lot to ourselves in this the next 5 minutes. So we're just going to do a nice little facial massage, kind of a bit of TLC. It's just kind of finding, just having these moments for yourself in chaotic times. We do spend, especially now, quite a lot of time in front of our screens. So it's really important actually that we still find these moments of calm, of peace, of kind of giving yourself a few moments of stillness, which is a really good way to kind of reconnect with how you're feeling and just kind of reset the energy button. So just bring yourself into a nice comfortable seated position. You don't have to be sat on the floor, you can be on a chair, you can lean against a wall. The idea is just to kind of get yourself nice and comfortable. So we're just going to start with a nice little facial massage, a little head massage. So I'll take my glasses off. I like to just begin with using your fingertips. So again, with this massage, you're not being too aggressive. You're not kind of trying to take your skin off. But we're just gently massaging around the eye sockets. So we're starting at the top, above the eyelids, kind of where the bone is. So you're kind of just massaging just nice and gently around there. And you can take your thumb and your first finger and just kind of knead your eyebrows. So allowing the forehead to relax. And just give those eyebrows a little pinch, nice and gently. Keeping the shoulders down. And then just taking those fingertips to the top of the nose, kind of where the eyes are. And then we're just going to gently massage underneath the eye sockets now, along the cheekbone. You're allowing the sinuses at the top of the nose to open, bringing those fingertips along and then up, almost as if you're kind of giving yourself a little mini facelift. And you're just allowing that blood to flow through under the eyes. It helps to reduce that dark circles, a bit of puffiness. And let's just bring that massage into the forehead. Just nice gentle circles with the fingertips. And bringing them around, kind of along the line of the hairline. And then bring those fingertips down along the temples, along your ears, around the back of the ears. Ear can be quite sensitive, often quite tender, hold a lot of tension in the jaw there. So just gently press with the fingers into that base behind the ears, between the jaw and the skull. And then just bringing that massage kind of again. We're now just going to follow the jaw underneath. You can use your thumb and your first finger and your middle finger just to kind of gently press in and around that jawline underneath your chin. And then back again. And then now down along the side of your neck. If you want to take your head over to one side, you can. And then just allow your hands just to nice and gently massage into the side and down along the shoulder. And then over to the other side. And just kind of pressing and massaging any bit that feels the most tense. And then taking those hands around the back of the neck. And again, you're kind of bringing these sort of like motions from the back and forward. And if you want to press again lightly into your chest, the kind of where your collarbone is, just kind of along the area in between, or again to the tops of those shoulders. And then just releasing the hands, and then allowing yourself now to come into a position ready for some guided meditation. So you can stay seated if you're sat down, lengthening that spine, letting the shoulders drop, or you can lie down, cover yourself with a blanket. And we're just going to close our eyes. So today's meditation is focused on giving and receiving. But let's just bring our awareness and our focus into our breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Imagine your whole body is relaxing and tension is evaporating away. Your toes and feet relax. Your legs relax. Your hips, belly and back relax. Your shoulders and neck relax. Your arms and hands relax. Your head and face relax. Your whole body feels light. Your breath feels light. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. The act of giving and receiving is an exchange of energy, and the intention behind this, if done unconditionally from the heart, is joyful and loving. What we tend to give out is often what we receive. If we shout at someone that has annoyed us, it is likely that this person will become hostile with you, or perhaps shout back. If you smile at someone or pay them a compliment, more often than not, you will be returned with a smile. If you plant a tree, a fruit tree, in the garden in order to eat what it produces, if you throw rubbish around the area, neglect it, and allow weeds to take over, the food produced, if it produces at all, will be few, undeveloped, and not so tasty. Yet, if you nurture that tree, water it, prune it, keep the soil clear, your bounty will be better. The fruit will be tastier and more nourishing for your body. Think of the things that you want more of in life. Perhaps more loving relationship, more material wealth, better health, more joy and happiness. Picture yourself now giving someone else those things. You may not have a lot of material wealth. However, you can give someone who is looking to attain wealth some help or advice on how they could achieve this goal. You could help with a budget plan or redoing their CV. If you want more love in your life, be as loving as you can to everyone that you meet. If you want to be more confident, pay each person you speak to a compliment. Giving can be as simple as a smile, a picked flower from your garden, a nice letter or a text. The more generously and genuinely you give to those around you, you will begin to see those things coming back into your own life. Be open to those gifts given that you receive in life. If someone pays you a compliment, be thankful, grateful. Wish laughter, joy, and happiness to each person you meet. Keep the positive flow of energy circulating in your life and in those around you. Allow your breath to continue, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Start to bring some awareness back into your body. Inhaling and exhaling nice and calmly, slowly. And you can stay where you are and just enjoy a few more moments of relaxation. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I wish you a joyful and pleasant sleep. And I hope that you can laugh or smile with someone that you love. If you are able to donate for this session, you can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. Thank you so much. I wish you a very peaceful evening. Thank you. Namaste.